Hey everybody, Izzy here. In my last video I covered Herc animation, and I'd like to touch on that just a little bit more. I want to get into what it is that actually makes the legs articulate, and I want to get into how I believe that it was done by the game devs, the guys at Dynamax. They didn't animate each one of these Hercs. They didn't do it. What they did was they merged different parts of different vehicles into their models and used those particular parts to move their models like a puppet, like you would see a puppet. And basically they're called dummy controllers. We're going to go over a few more things too as far as the leg restraints. So what I want to do first of all is I need a model. So I'm going to use the Goad. Okay. So what we'll do is I'm going to open up a Goad. I have the models here, and if you don't have them or you need 3D Max 2.5, you may feel free to contact me and I will work something out with you. So we're going to open the Megaton Goad here, and there she is in all her glory. Alright, she's animated, as you can see. She's a walking and running and all that good stuff. What we're going to do here is we're going to delete everything off this Goad, and we're going to kill all the animations. Everything that animates this Goad is going to be gone. So what we're going to start out with is we're going to unhide everything. So we'll go over here and we'll go to unhide all. Okay, and there's everything that belongs to the Goad. So we've unhid everything. So I'm going to delete everything except for just the base model, the base A64 model, which is what you see in the game. So I'm going to start here, base B32, and I'm going to go on down, and I'm going to delete everything. So I selected it all, and I hit the delete button on the keyboard, and all we have here now is just a shell of what the former Goad once was. And I'm going to... So what I want to show you here, you're kind of probably like, what is he doing? This is crazy. Alright, the Goad is still animated because all the layers are animated. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to kill all the animations. So I'm going to go edit, and I'm going to select all. And what I'm going to do now is go to track view. Track view handles the animations and the transitions. Open the track view, and here's the objects to the Goad. As you can see them there, the different parts of the Goad. I'm going to select all the objects here. And there's a little button here that says delete all keys. And I just deleted every animation the Goad has. The Goad is now dead. It has no animation. Look here. I slide my bar now and I got absolutely nothing. Okay? Now one of the things I want to talk about before we get into merging objects and stuff is these leg restraints. I said last time in the video that each part of the leg has a restraint, and those can be found under this hierarchy controller right here. If you go under IK, you will see here that the foot is restrained on the x-axis. It's -75 to 45. Now if you click these little arrows down, you can see that. That's how far that'll bend that way. That's how far that'll bend that way. That's what it means to restrain a part of the leg. And on this particular calf muscle, we got the x-axis, -55 to 60. It'll go that far, and it'll go that far, but that's it. So we have the x-axis, and we have the restraints on that. Also, too, over in the link info, you can see that it'll move on the XYZ, but it only rotates on the Y and the Z axis. Okay. Would I have done it the same way? I don't know. They must have a better understanding of what this means. Now there is another part of this that I didn't describe in the last video. It is this right here under the motion tab. This has to be done accordingly. You will notice that under the transform, position, rotation, and scale, it's linear, Bezier. Your vehicle, when you make it, will have to have these exact same particular coordinates here. See how the foot is linear, Bezier, the calf's linear, Bezier, and this is linear, Bezier. How you change that is you're supposed to be able to click that. You click that and click this, and there you go. You've got position, rotation, scale, etc. You click on linear, and you can go over here and you can do linear, noise, whatever, TCB position. Some of them are different, but for these they need to be linear, Bezier, linear, Bezier, etc. And the other side should be the same. It'll cause your Herc that you created to crash in the game. Another thing too that you want to look for here is these keys. Some of these keys need to be used to create rotational keys, etc. Looks like the Goat doesn't have any of these set. That's cool, but this particular transform, position, rotation, and scale, these keys right here have to be linear, Bezier, and you'll see that you'll find out pretty quick that the game will crash if you've got a certain one of these wrong. Another thing too here to look at is the Goat is set up so much different than the other ones. When I look at the APOC and similar ones, it's so much different. It looks like it was kind of done kind of sloppy, to be honest with you, compared to some of the other ones. If you go into the IK controller right here and you click on the foot, you'll notice that it is bound under the IK controller tab. It is bound right here to something called dummy left. Well, we deleted dummy left. We don't have dummy left no more because I just deleted it. And I don't have that, and the other foot was bound to something called a dummy right, and we don't have that no more either, so we deleted that one too. So what we're going to do is I want to show you this because I think it's important that this particular, all these models use the same merged ingredients, you could say, in order to animate these objects. So what we're going to do is go File and Merge, and I am going to merge these from, let me find it here, hold on. I am going to merge these from an Emancipator. See, right now we are in the Gold. I'm going to merge these from the Emancipator. So what do I need to merge? Okay, I need to merge several things. I need to merge the base A64, which is a little triangle that goes inside the head right there, but that's what moves it back and forth and sideways. Okay, and I need to go down and I need to merge dummy 1 left and dummy 2 right. That's the left foot and the right foot. Now if you notice, there's 4 of these. There's dummy 1 left and dummy 1 right, and then at the bottom there's dummy 1 left and dummy 1 right. I think those were to control the actual, kind of like the fins on the back of the foot. But let's just see what happens here. I'm going to merge all those in. Now it's going to say that you already have a base A64. Object base A64 has the same name as an object in the scene. I'm going to delete the old one because it's dead. I deleted all the animation out of it. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the old one. Okay, so now in the scene I have 2 dummy controllers merged in and the base A64. Now by me merging in the base A64 and deleting the old one, it should already be in here. There's the dummy controllers. I see them moving around there. So what we want to do is we want to go up here and we want to check out and try to find that base A64 is what we want to do. And once you import something, if you can't find it, just go over here and hit unhide all because it's going to hide it automatically. And just go over here and now you see it, base A64. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to take the head, which the head here kind of stands alone on the Goat. There's nothing else there, and the cockpit. And I'm going to select those, and I'm going to link those to the base A64 that I just imported. Now let's see what happens. Uh-oh, the Goat's moving. Oh, what's it doing? Oh man, it's acting all crazy and stuff. How cool is that? How cool is that? Okay, so now we got the Goat moving, just like the Emancipator. Well, just like the Goat was moving before we deleted all the animations. So now what we need to do is we need to go back up to our arrow, get it off the link, And we need to go back and we need to find those 2 dummy controllers that we had earlier. Well, they're not showing up because I go over here, I got the helpers tab clicked. We need our helpers to show up, okay? So, if you'll look very, very closely right here, you will see dummy controllers. See them on the feet right here? Yep. Now, these 2 right here are the ones that used to go to the gold. I need to delete them. They were hidden. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those, alright? Alright, let's move this back. Now these are the ones from the Emancipator. Okay? So what we're going to do here, and I have never tried it this way, is I am going to center or align to the center of that foot right there on the X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to align it to the center of this foot right here on the X, Y, and Z. Okay. We still should be okay. Looks like the dummy controllers are still working. Now what we want to do is now we want to select that foot, which we just selected. We want to go back over here to our IK tab and we want to hit bind. And we want to bind that to this dummy controller right here. This is dummy 02 right. And it didn't do it. So we're going to click the foot again. Click the foot. Click bind. And then we need to go up here to our list and click on dummy 02 right. Dummy. There he is. Dummy 02 right. Alright. Over here you'll see it says we are now bound to dummy 02 right. Now we need to click this foot and we need to hit bind and we need to click that and connect it to dummy 02 left. I hope. Okay, now those dummy controllers off the Emancipator are now attached to the legs of the goat. The legs of the goats has all of its leg restraints in order. So of course it does. It wasn't done by me. It was done by Dynamex. But the leg restraints are in order. Now, what we need to do is we need to go up here and click on this button that says Apply IK. And what that does, it's going to apply the dummy controller's animation to the feet of the goat. And it might mess up. I don't know. Let's see. Alrighty. Now let's see what happens. Look here. Look at that. It's not perfect in no absolute way, but man, it looks good, don't it? Just look how easy that was. So I took a dead gold, done some leg restraints on it, imported a few of these dummy controllers and imported the little triangle that goes in the middle of the head. And look here, we got a fully functional game model. All I needed to do now is create a bounding box and slide it along the route, and I'd have to put some kind of object with the camera. The camera needs to go along with it too as it moves. This doesn't matter. The dummies don't matter. You can delete the dummies if you want after you animate it. You can actually click on the animate button and hit apply keys. There you go. You can delete the dummies if you want. You don't even need them no more. And there you go, man. There's the video on it, and I hope it helps, and I'll be adding to it more later on. I think it was pretty cool, and I hope it helps out.